Hi everybody and welcome to Ruth and Aerhona's launch. So I'm Tanya and I have been part of this beautiful community now for 4.5 years. And I have met these two beautiful women. I actually met Ruth online. We've had a few, we kind of aligned in a few different areas with our writing, but also she came into this sort of through a friend of mine who was also in the business a few years ago. So her and I have connected and built a really lovely friendship online, which is really nice. One of these days we'll get to meet Ruth. And Aerhona and I actually met through my mum. So funny. I went along to my mum's group and Aerhona was one of the ladies there. So, and we just connected on here and the rest is history. And I honestly absolutely love these women. It turns out have quite a few things in common. Isn't that funny how that works out? When we decided we would get these two lovely ladies launched together, and we thought, actually, there's a lot of similarities there. So it's funny how the universe aligns things up for us with that, right? So you're probably wondering what on earth this is and what you've been invited to. So I felt the same way when I was first invited to one of these as well, quite a few years ago. I, at the time, was feeling, I was pretty sick and I was looking for something that was going to give me better quality of life, better health overall. I was having a lot of chronic pain and a lot of exhaustion. I was suffering a lot every day. And I had been for about 4 years. I had been diagnosed with an autoimmune condition and I was told that I had all the markers for lupus and that if I didn't sort my health out right now, I would end up with lupus. And of course, that's not what I wanted. So I had been trying for about 4 years, all sorts of different ways to heal myself. I spent probably about $10,000 in that time on all sorts of supplements and treatments and therapies, and nothing was working for me. So when I watched my friend get well in a month, so over a month I watched her, and she had very similar symptoms to me. And I thought, wow, what is this? And I reached out and I started on this incredible program that has literally changed my health as well as my daughter's health. So, for us, it was only within a few days that I started feeling way better. My energy was, amazing. I started to feel like the cold sore on my lip had healed and I started to feel better. I was not feeling quite so nauseous and headachy. I didn't have tummy cramps anymore. And then my hair started growing back because it was falling out and my skin was a mess. And, and then of course the chronic pain disappeared as well. And I haven't had chronic pain now for way over 4 years, for nearly 4.5 years. So it's been an incredible journey, which I am so grateful for. And I'm really grateful that this program has offered me that opportunity to heal on every level. And one of the things I love about this program is that it's mind, body, and soul aligned. So, when we look at health to us, and a lot of programs that are out there right now, they're all about the body. They're all about supporting the body to get healthier, supporting us to move well, to eat really well. But there's nothing out there that encompasses the mind, the body, and the soul. And so this is where we look at how can we support our mind through mindfulness and changing our limiting beliefs and reducing stress and things like that, but also our soul when we bring in gratitude and grounding and meditation and all those beautiful things that we need to do on a daily basis that's going to support our entire wellness to bring us good health and vitality sustainably. And so that's the thing that I love about our program is it's online and it teaches us how to create a sustainable healthy lifestyle. So it's not a fad. It's not a diet where you have to count calories and you have to deprive yourself. It's not something that you just go, it's there to lose weight and then you go off and go back to your normal eating. We teach you how to eat well for life, how to eat well, how to live well, and how to supplement well. And that's really it in a nutshell. So The other thing that I love is that it's all based online. Once you're a customer, you actually have lifetime access. So you never lose the opportunity to use our program. And also it's actually free. And it's free because all you're paying for is your nutritional support products, which support your body while you're using the program. So let's have a chat about these, and I'll show you exactly what our nutritional support products are. So we partner with a company called Juice Plus, and Juice Plus have been around for 50 years. And of course, they have longevity, but they're also the most researched product in the world, which I love. So if you're someone who loves knowledge, we have so much research. And these are beautifully right now are actually scientifically proven to improve our immunity, which is something we need in the world right now, don't we? These are essentially fruits, veggies, and berries. 33 of them to be in fact. They have actually been ground down. So the entire fruit, veggie, and berry have been taken, the skins, the seeds, the stalks, everything. It's been vine ripened, ground down into a great, like a huge slushy, and then it's been dehydrated at a really low temperature to ensure that at a really low temperature so that no enzymes are destroyed in the process. And then they're popped into a vegan capsule. And this is simply to ensure that no oxidation destroys the nutrients. And the beautiful thing about these is it's just fruits and veggies. This is exactly what our bodies need. This is the fuel that our bodies need to generate really good health, to improve the functioning of every system in our body. But the beautiful thing about these too is they really do support your gut health, and they go to where your body needs it the most. So we don't know what's going on inside our bodies. We only have those whispers. And usually when your hair's falling out and your skin's a mess, that's a pretty good sign that whatever's going on the outside is a lot worse on the inside. So if you've got that happening right now, then there's a lot of nutrition that you need to support your body. And this is what these do, really simply. The other thing that we have is our beautiful chews. Now these, with every adult order of our capsules, a child can be sponsored to get these for free. And this is simply because Juice Plus believe in supporting a new generation of healthy children. We really want to make sure that children are creating some really good healthy habits, because what these do, another thing that our research has proven, is that they create craveability. So when a child doesn't like their veggies or their fruit and they don't want to eat them, they start eating these and they start asking for veggies. So that is true, believe me. It has actually happened with my teenagers. We know teenagers don't like healthy foods. Well, they love eating healthy now. And of course, the other thing that we have is we have our beautiful omegas. Now, every single one of our products are all plant-based. We don't believe in using fish. Fish are not sustainable. But fish are also, there's not enough of them in the sea, and some of them are quite high in mercury. So we really like to use cold pressed plants. So we have gone straight to the algae, and we have cold pressed the algae plus another 5 seed sources. And these are a blend of 5, 6, 7, and 9. So it's not just 3, it's also all the others as well. And of course, the beautiful thing about cold pressing oils too is they are effective. When fish oil is removed from fish, we need chemicals and heat to actually get it out of the fish, which means that by the time it goes into our body, it's actually toxic. It makes it rancid. So it's not doing any good for our body. And believe me, I noticed this when I was taking them for 4 years and no changes. I had no changes at all until I started taking these. These are incredible for our brain health, for our heart health, for our joint health, eyes, skin. They're amazing for so many things. And they taste like orange, so yum. And then of course we have our beautiful plant powders. Now these are great. These are high in pre and probiotics, so they're amazing for our gut food, great for our digestive system. That's what they've been designed for. They are full of superfoods and veggie extracts, and of course a lot of those are really high in B vitamins. So they're great for people who need that afternoon pick-me-up, who maybe their mood is a bit low. Great for, also great for kids after school snacks. They're amazing because this is a really healthy hot chocolate, and kids don't even need to know that there's no sugar in it and it's healthy because they're actually really yummy. So these are great. Also really good any time of the day. A lot of our recipes, like our smoothies and things, have these in it. They're a great smoothie base. Really, really good for your gut. So that's really what our program and our nutritional support consists of. And I know this is a launch, so this is all about Ruth and Aerhona tonight. So I'm going to now just spotlight Ruth. Where is she? She is. And hi, darling. If you just want to take yourself off mute. She is. And I must admit, Ruth was quite nervous. So, but you have got this, my darling, you have got this. I would love it if you would share a little bit about how you were feeling before you started using the program and the nutritional support, and what you've noticed since you started using it, Ruth.
Oh, actually, I have noticed my energy come back, and there's a bit of a story behind that, because the week after I'd signed up with Juice Plus, I actually got COVID, and I felt really, really sick and really tired. And everyone said to me, oh yeah, well, you're going to be tired for about 2 or 3 weeks after that. And it was, so I got COVID, had my negative test over a week ago now. And for the first 3 or 4 days, I really did feel quite washed out. And then on the Friday morning, I noticed it. I noticed this bounce. And you see, I don't believe in products until I actually really try them. And I noticed the bounce and the energy that I have got, and the slump in the afternoon, the normal sort of slump, it's actually gone. And I really, really like that, because I was honestly expecting to feel really quite yuck for a number of weeks. So that's one of the main things I have actually noticed. And just for me also because I love a healthy lifestyle anyway. And for me, knowing that I get so many fruit and veggies in such a condensed form, while they are so expensive at the supermarket, and normally I would cut down, it makes me feel quite reassured, and knowing that I'm taking the right sort of things. So I sort of imagine myself when I'm taking them that I'm, it's just, how it's, healing my body from the inside. I get quite a bit of arthritis, and I take the omega one, and I haven't actually been sore at all, especially with this muggy weather. It gets really bad in my joints. And I do window cleaning part-time, so putting my hands in the water all the time actually aggravates it, and it hasn't actually done it. My joints feel really, really good. My sore knee is gone, so I really like it, and I'm sold on it. It's just awesome.
That's amazing, actually. I love hearing that about your bounce and energy when you've got COVID. Don't we all want that, right? And it's really good to hear too that you're noticing the differences with your joint health, because I was the same. I got a lot of pain in my hands, and it started going away with just the fruits, veggies and berries. And then after I added the omegas, it's gone now, and I don't have it anymore. Yeah. So it's amazing, isn't it? How
I love it. I really like it.
The power of vegetables, power of fruits and veggies. It's great. So tell us, Ruth, what is it that you are excited about going forward? Because I know you have a few plans. So do you want to share those?
I do, yes.
Go for it.
So my heart is to actually help women to rediscover their worth and value. And I like to sort of, I've been in an abusive relationship. And so for me, it's really, really important for women to regain their worth and value. And so my thinking was that I really need to have a business where I can create financial freedom for myself, and then work on the coaching and not have to charge people a lot of money. I hate asking people for money for things they've gone through in their lives that was not their fault, and that's left them broken. And so that's really my desire. And I mean, I love writing books. I'm writing my main book this year. Well, it's actually nearly done. And so I need to, well, that main book is actually about when I became a young widow, actually. So I want to be able to help other widows as well, other people, you know, who've struggled with that. And I mean, that costs money to do. And I don't want to just, you know, put the book on Amazon, which can be done at a low cost, but I want to give the book the value that it's worth. And for me, so I need to create another income, and I want to get out of the window cleaning that I do. I've got family that I want to spend time with, grandkids. You know, it's just, this is just a really good solution. And what I love is that I really like the connections with all the ladies in here. I have looked for a community of women for a long time. I really, really have. And I have really, because I'm quite a fairly quiet person, quite introverted. But the community of women whom I've met, and only online so far, I really, really like. They've made me feel really welcome. You know, like I've just always been part of their team, even though I've only been around for 3 or 4 weeks. And I really love it. And I love the relationship I have with Tanya, you know. Just found her to be really genuine. And I thought, yes, that's the lady I want to work with. So that's me.
Oh, I love this, Ruth. I love this.
It's exciting.
It is very exciting. It's very exciting. And I know Ruth and I share a love of writing. That's another space that we met in, wasn't it? Isn't it
yes,
funny how the universe...
Yeah, we co-wrote, authored a book together.
Yeah,
so
the universe, really
awesome.
The universe has aligned us really in so many ways, hasn't it? Yeah. It's beautiful. So I'm really excited for you, Ruth. And it's so lovely to work with you. So thank you so much for sharing. And we will come back to you later. If there's anything else that you want to share, just have a think about it and we can come back to you later. So I'm now going to go over to Aerhona. Just got to find you, darling. Yeah, here you are. Just want to come off mute and I'm going to ask you the same thing, lovely. So do you want to share, you know, the benefits that, well, you know, how you felt before you started and the benefits you've noticed since you've started on the program, the nutritional products?
Yep. Okay, so I think the main reason that I took them or that I was interested is I'm going through perimenopause, and I started noticing that I was getting very tired all the time. Like I had to have my nana nap in the afternoon and actually had a proper snooze and all that sort of stuff. So that was the main thing. And then I also noticed that I'd put on about 3 kilos over the holidays, and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Because as far as I was aware, I was eating the same things as I always was, and it just appeared. So I thought, right, it's time to do something about this. So yeah, when I started taking the products, I basically went all out. I'm taking all 3 of the fruits and veg and the omega, and I bought some of the sachets with the protein powder, and I'm loving it. I haven't had a snooze since I started. Basically, I've tried. I've gone to have a rest on the bed, but no snoozing. So I'm back up again in about half an hour or so. So that's changed, and I think I have lost some weight, although my scales are a bit crappy. They're like warehouse rubbish. So yeah, it looked like I'd lost some weight, but I'm not entirely sure. I think my pants are a little bit bigger now. So that was good. Yeah, and I absolutely love the protein powder. I have a smoothie every day for lunch. It keeps me going for the rest of the day until dinner time, so I don't need to have any snacks. Usually if I come home from work, I'm hungry and I have to have something else, and it's usually not anything overly healthy. So I haven't had to do that, and I've basically become addicted to those smoothies now. So yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's early days yet. I've only been taking them for about 3 weeks, but those are the main things that I've noticed. Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so addictive, aren't they, those shakes?
I love those shakes. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I just love them. They're so delish. Awesome. So, and again, for you, Aerhona, you know, what is it that you're excited for? Because I know this is, for you, this was stepping out of your comfort zone, wasn't it? You know, and it's been a massive jump for you to go, oh, okay, I will do this. So tell us about what you're excited for and what this is could be for you.
Well, the one thing I've been trying for a little while now to try and find something that I can do online and earn some money, because I'm currently working as a support worker, and I end up doing a lot of housework and physical work with the clients as well. And because of the nursing I used to do, my back is pretty crapped out. So doing this kind of work, I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that for the rest of my working life. So yeah, I've been trying to find something that I can do either on the side and just cut down on that work, or just make it something full time. And so when you texted me and said you have an opportunity sort of thing, I was like, right, let's give this a go. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I mean, I'm still, comfort zone is being stretched quite a bit, because like Ruth, I'm a bit of an introvert as well. So, doing that whole talking online and chatting to people and all that sort of stuff, I'm not used to it. But I'm very keen to give it a good go, and hopefully, if it all works out well, then I can either quit my job or do a bit less of it. And at some point, I'd like to travel again overseas and be able to.
You've muted a little bit. You might have your finger over your speaker.
Oh, okay.
You missed a bit after traveling. What did you say after that?
Okay, so I'd like to travel and still be able to have an income while I'm traveling, so I can go for longer, rather than going for a few weeks and then I have to come back because I've run out of money, kind of thing.
I hear you. This is exactly what I did, and why I came. One of the reasons I came into it as well. Absolutely, and I just want to applaud you for doing this when it's clearly really difficult for you. In fact, and thank you so much for sharing, Aerhona. I'm actually going to come back to you as well, lovely. I'm just going to remove the spotlight and share a little bit. So I really just wanted to just acknowledge Ruth and Aerhona, because both of these ladies are stepping out of their comfort zone, but they are still determined to make it happen and willing to do what it takes to make this work. And I really honor that, because that's it's not an easy place to be in. It's not an easy thing to do, especially at our age. When we get to, it's almost like you've kind of been the same way for so long, and now suddenly you've got to step out and do something different. It's actually really hard to do. So I just want to applaud both you ladies for that. And really interesting that Aerhona talked about traveling too, and I want to share a little bit around that. So for me, I came in obviously because I was sick, but after just a few days, and I started noticing how good I was feeling, my friend said to me, actually, I was able to leave one of my part-time jobs because of this business. And my ears pricked up, because I was working as a social worker. I was not happy at all. I was sick and tired of being the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff. I was also doing some support work like Aerhona, and I just got so tired of the work. I got sick of trading money for time all the time. I just wanted to be at home with my daughter, who was 15 at the time. I mean, I've got other children, but they were all older than her. She was my baby. And she really needed me. She wasn't in a good place. And she'd call me, I'd be at work, she'd be in tears, and I couldn't come home. And I just wanted to be at home. And like Aerhona, I also wanted to travel. My husband and I were big on being able to travel. We'd had our kids that all were leaving home, and we wanted to be able to travel for longer periods of time, for longer than that 2 weeks or 3 week time space is all my husband had for his job. We wanted to be able to travel 2 to 3 months at a time and see, a few countries at the same time. And we couldn't do that on working 9 to 5 jobs. So for me, when my friend told me that she'd been able to leave her job, my ears pricked up, and I thought, wow, this could be what I'm looking for. And so I said to her, tell me more. And the rest is history. Within 4 days, I was in this business, and I was sharing what I was loving. And honestly, after 4 months, I left my job, and it was the best day being able to walk away from something that I did not enjoy, that was not satisfying at all. And I stepped into this, which gave me so much more purpose and so much more passion. And I get to work with beautiful women like Ruth and Aerhona to support them to create not just an income online, but to actually to reinvent themselves, to, you know, to step through that growth, to build some confidence, to build some belief in themselves, to actually watch people grow and change their life. And that's what I absolutely love about this business, and this is what keeps me going every day. And so, you know, here was I, started new 4.5 years ago. Now we have, you know, 300 people in my team. And that is just because I shared something that I absolutely loved with a couple of my friends, and they shared what they loved with their friends, and so on and so on. And it's just become a beautiful community, like Ruth talked about, that the community is so loving and so welcoming. And that's another thing I didn't have with my job, is I felt that everyone was moaning all the time. It was always so negative. I stopped going to the meetings because they're all about having moans and complaining about everything. And that was not me. And yet this community is so much more uplifting and supportive. And so 4 months after, after leaving my job, my husband and I actually traveled around Southeast Asia for 10 weeks. And it was the best feeling to be able to do that. So, you know, and of course, the other thing that I love, you know, I'm a very new grandma, and I love the fact that this business is a legacy business. So we can leave this business to our children. And that's what I love too, is not only will we have a comfortable retirement, but also we can leave this to our children, to our grandchildren when we're gone. And also we get to experience things with them now, because we will have that time to be able to do that. So it's great to know that I have retired 15 years earlier than what I expected to, which is awesome. So what I wanted to really just share is just, you know, you may feel skeptical. I mean, when I first stepped into this, I was skeptical, you know, I'm not going to lie. You know, our age group, we come from the 80s and the 90s, where there was a whole lot of, you know, really dodgy businesses that were, you know, not transparent at all. And that's what I didn't like about them, that there was no transparency. It wasn't about the products, it was about showing the circles and selling you something that you didn't really want. Whereas I loved this because this was all about people and really helping people. And that's what I love about this. And we are so upfront and out loud and proud about our beautiful program and products that we have. So if you are interested in learning more about this, you know, you love listening to Ruth and Aerhona's story, just reach out to them and ask them questions. They're both open books, and they would both love to answer all of your questions. I mean, it may not even be for you, and that's totally okay, but there might be people that you know that are suffering in some way. There might be people that you know of that have lost their jobs and would love to have an extra income, or even just want to have an extra income stream around what they're already doing, because maybe they're struggling a little bit. They might be our age group and are looking for something more. You know, when you kind of leave, when all your children start to leave home and suddenly you don't have to look after kids anymore, and you're like, well, what's left for me to do? Is it just my job? Is that it? And so for me, I was like, that was where I was at. And I was looking for more purpose, more passion, and this is definitely it. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I just want to pass you back over to Ruth and Aerhona, because I just want to give you ladies the opportunity to, you know, I'm going to try and be really clever here and see if I can. Okay, spotlight one. And then I'm going to try and add Aerhona. Add. Yes. Oh, how clever am I? I just fluked that one. So ladies, I'd love it if you would share, maybe you first, Ruth, anything else that you would like to add or say to your friends or family.
I honestly think that if you're hesitant about doing something like this and think, well, I just can't do what you guys do, if you're good at developing friendships with other people, you love chatting to other people, because that's really what this business is about. It's not about just cold calling, you know, knocking on people's doors. It is actually about creating relationships online, which I actually do enjoy doing, then this is actually the business for you, especially if, you know, like, I mean, we're all getting a bit older and you want to get out of the job that you're in. You want to stop, you know, you want to create an extra income, you know, where you can, you know, in future years, retire your husband or partner or whatever it is that you want to do. You know, if you have other dreams other than just working 9 to 5 till you're 65 and then retiring and waiting to die, then I think that this is a really great opportunity. That's me.
Thank you, Ruth. Aerhona, would you like to share anything, lovely? Oh, you're muted. You'll need to unmute first. I hate that.
Yeah.
Your lips moving, but there's no noise coming out. Yeah.
Yes, no, I thought Ruth basically said it all. I think if I can do it, I think anyone can, because like I told you, I've got 40 friends on Facebook. I'm not used to having big, long conversations with anyone much, except in person. I mean, you know, my good friends and stuff I talk to, but Facebook, I was never really into all that much. So yeah, if I can make this work, then anyone else can. So watch this space. I'm going to give it a very good go. And yeah, I kind of look forward to making some new friends on Facebook and going forward.
Lovely. Love it. Thank you so much, ladies. And, you know, if you've watched this, even if you're watching the recording back and you want to know more, just reach out to, you know, Ruth and Aerhona and just ask them questions. You know, don't be that person that sits on the fence and then regrets it later for not jumping in fast enough, because yeah, there's lots of people that do that. And I think too, anxiety is a biggie, right? Anxiety is a huge one, doing something new, stepping out of the fear. But we all start from somewhere, right? And these ladies are definitely proof in that. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will see you again. Thank you so much, ladies. You did so well. So proud of you.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanya.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.